Why today's strength is less? Saturday, weekend. Yesterday there is no session. So continuously long weekend. Come on, guys. Anyways, come on. I told you don't miss the classes. I told you. Most probably next week will be our last. Most probably next week will be our last sessions. Anyways, so yeah, from last few days onwards, we've been discussing about session management techniques. So mainly there are four. We are having four. What are those? First one is cookie. Second one is HTTP sessions. Third one is URL rewriting. Fourth one is hidden form fields. In cookie, HTTP session, URL rewriting, hidden form fields. In all these four, most efficiently used is HTTP session. Least URL rewriting and hidden form fields. Least. Why? Because data will be visible there. In the URL, data will be visible. Cookie, okay, we'll use, but mostly we'll be using HTTP sessions. So we discussed about a small project also. We did a lot of operations, and I request you to work with the customer module. Did you do that? Did you start it? How many of you started? Raise your hands. Almost everyone started. On that started, not Saturday. Thursday. Thursday. Thursday only everyone started. How many of you completed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Completed. Entire session, entire project is done. CSS. You just need to add the CSS. How many of you complete? Raise your hands. Kamalasan and Manikanta. You. Sultan, I guess. Sultan, you. Sushant. Name. Satyanand. Yes. Okay. These guys completed. What about others? Girls? No one completed? I did not expect this. No, don't say the reason. I need the output. I need the output. My Monday? Tell me 100%. 100% at least by Monday, you should be able to complete it. Okay. Online students, how many of you did that? So Pranav without CSS completed. Okay. It's okay. No issues. Yeah. Everyone completed without CSS. Okay. Ashish completed. Subham completed. Sohel completed. I believe without CSS. Anil completed. Okay. Some people actually completed with CSS also. And they send me, sir, we are having some small problem. I want the output. Whatever the tasks, whatever the concepts which we have used in admin module, same module we need to use for customer also. Exactly the same. Just there's a small change in the billing calculation. That's it, not more than that. So that you should be working on it. I already told you. So we'll do one thing next week, one day. I'll try to see all your projects who are done, and 1 or 2 projects I'll be updating them in the Google Classroom for others for reference. Implement the CSS also. I already told to 2 to 3 people. Implement the CSS and yep, we'll see. Am I clear with that? Okay. But you know what? In your interview, there is this question very, very popular. That is, what is the difference between all these 4 concepts? Key. What is the difference between cookie, HTTP session, URL rewriting, hidden form fields? I want you to please close your laptop as of now. I want you to have all these differences in your notes, please. What is the last data you have entered into your notes? I guess this is the data, right? Yes. Yes. I want you to kindly please have these differences. You need this, guys. You actually need this. Please have these differences in your notes. After that, we'll be discussing about servlet context and servlet config. I'll let you know. I first have this. Main major part completed. Major part completed. Small concepts are there like filters, servlet listeners. Easy concepts are there. We'll be trying to work with that. But first, I want you to kindly please have these differences. And whenever you are writing these differences, read them. Try to understand. Understand in the sense, not theoretically, coding programmatically. For example, take this, okay, take this cookie. Yeah, we know that cookie will be stored in a browser. Yes or no? I told you, I mean, from request and response, the cookie will be transferring from one place to another place with the help of diagram I showed you. Like that, you should be remembering that. Session, it will be stored in a server. I told you there will be only one copy of a session, right? Please have them. Please have them in your notes. Go ahead. One of the most frequently asked interview point of view question. At least try to say 2 to 3 differences in your interview, more than enough. Easy. I mean, very, very easy. I have given you. Simple words. I used very, very simple words. I guess explanation is also not required actually for these differences. Easy differences. Online students, I believe you are following. If you're having any doubt, feel free to ask me there, please. Sorry. Just a second. Just a second. Please carry on. Why you are not writing? I told you to bring laptop and both book also, right? Do you complete the project? Start editing the project. Continue. Guys, are you understanding the points whenever you're writing them? I want you to please respond. That is good. That is good. That is good. Yeah, that is better. Surendra, that is good. Online students, if complete, kindly please message me in the chat for me. Please message me in the chat if completed. Be fast. Be fast. So, Venkat Sai, you're asking, sir, will you take a new batch for advanced Java after completing present batch? Uh, shall I take it? What do you say? You tell me. Definitely, I'll take it. Don't worry. And guys, I believe you are observing. I mean, my advanced Java batch is something different. I don't know whether you know it or not. See, I prefer hands-on in advance, not only in advance, in spring also. Most probably, I'll not be there for your spring. I mean, there is no time for me to take spring batches. Who is, I mean, you're under which trainer? I don't mind, but please practice every day. How much you are practicing, that much you will know the concept of spring. In your interviews, mostly you will be getting the concepts on core Java and Spring. I'm saying you. Advanced Java, okay. See, JDBC, three statements, three methods. Servlets, HTTP servlet, generic servlet, we will not use it. Mostly HTTP servlet. In HTTP servlets also session tracking mechanisms, they may ask you. That's it. Do get, do post. Request dispatcher, completed. JSP, they will not even touch JSPs also. Mostly they will not touch JSP. Remaining all the questions will be on Spring. Told you a lot of times I told you if you are getting 40 questions, if you are having 40 questions, below 15 questions will be on core Java. Damn sure. After that, 5 to 6 questions on advanced Oracle UI, something like that. Maybe like below 10 questions on all these concepts. Remaining all the questions will be on Spring. So your topmost priority should be core and Spring. But in order to understand Spring, you should be having a knowledge on this advanced, like bean classes, DAO layers, how to connect the JDBC. If you are unable to understand these terminologies, Spring will be a little bit hard for you. That is, I mean, Spring and web services. Okay. So, anyways, we'll discuss that later, not exact right now. So, yeah, definitely, I'll be taking advanced Java one more batch after completing this. Most probably at the same time, new advanced Java batch will be there. Pranav, please take Spring also now. I don't have that much of time, guys. No promises. See, directly I'm saying no. I mean, time is not there as of now. Okay, which I love to, by the way. See, core Java, okay. When I speak about core Java, I'll say you listen. In advance, it's parallel. I will say you will try to write. Both will be trying to do it. Yes or no? Tell me. That is how my advanced Java batches will be. Spring also to be like that only. But no, not right now. So, Raghav sir, how many days it will take to complete Spring? Nearly about 2 months. Almost like core. Almost like core. I mean, Spring Boot, microservices, a lot of things are there in Spring. Okay. But don't forget to practice. If you forget practice, if you forget revising, you'll be having a trouble. Anyways. All right. So now let me just try to close this. Guys, I had shown you objects in servlet programming. Let me just try to come back here. Okay. Do you remember these servlet objects? Respond. We already know about first servlet program. Yeah, I mean, we know how to create an object for servlet program. How many servlets we have created? User registration servlet, user login servlet, lot of servlets we created. We already know. After that, we know about cookie. Yes, we know about servlet request. Basically, that is the parameter. Servlet request, servlet respond. In almost every program, we are using that. Servlet request, we know. Servlet response, we know. Print writer also we know. But I did not use the print writer more. Why? Because the response should be coming within the JSP, not directly from the servlet. But even though it's not important, I gave you the concept also. I think I gave you the notes also regarding print writer. It's present in your Google Classroom. Kindly please check with that. Okay. Print writer, this particular class is used from the servlet if you want to give a response directly. But I advise it's not a good programming practice. The response should be generated from the JSP. So, okay, anyways, we already completed that print writer. Yes, we know what is a bean. Come on. How many classes we created? Bean classes. Almost every servlet program we used DAO layer. Once I started introducing you DAO layer, we use DAO layer. And after that, yes, we use JCF also. What do you mean by JCF? It's not KGF, JCF. What do you mean by JCF? Java Collection Framework. Yeah, we already use that. And yeah, HTTP session. Currently, it's going on still for some people. HTTP session, we already use it. So servlet context also we use. Do you remember that? I think in application 6, I guess. In application 6, we have used user registration, employee list management. I think we have used servlet context. And one thing is left behind, that is a servlet config. Again, today also I want to go with a little bit more information related to servlet context and servlet config. Okay. So by that, we'll be trying to complete our servlet programming. So still some more concepts are there. Filters, listeners, easy, very, very easy concepts. After completing those, it may take 2 to 3 days, I guess. After that, and some tags are present in JSP up to now, which we did not use them. Those tags are also will be trying to discuss. And MVC architecture, you already know MVC architecture. I actually introduced you before only. So yeah, most probably by next week, I'm guessing we'll be trying to wind up with our advance. Most probably by next week. Today is how many days by today? Anyone is counting date? How many days completed? No, I don't think 32. 32? Only 32? Wow, if it is coming in 32, you are very fast. How many days online students, anyone is having any track on this? This is which day? This is which day? How many days? I think I don't have track here. Yeah, nearly 40, 41 days, I guess. Nearly 40, 41 days we have 45. Okay, 40, 45, below 45 at that range. I told you today is 43. Anyways, I told you it will be complete within below 50 days. I told you. You remember that? Exactly the same. Core Java, we cannot, I mean, it will take nearly 80 to 85 working days, but advance very fast it will be done. The beauty of advance is we will not know that these many classes got completed. Why? Because every day you are practicing along with me. You lost the track of time when you are doing the coding. Anyways, so today my intention is let's try to have an idea about the difference between servlet context and config. All right, eyes on the board, please. No need to write. First, listen. Eyes on the board. Okay. So first servlet context. Yes, we already know about this servlet context, which will be containing the information related to the server. Related to the server, we already know that. And how to get that servlet context by using request object, that is request dot get servlet context, we'll be able to get that. And we can actually set the attributes for servlet context also. I think you already used that. Do you remember that? For example, I just gave a small diagram here. Just a minute. Yeah. Servlet context in the servlet, we'll be trying to use this code request.get servlet context. And yeah, context. After that, we'll be able to set the attribute, and this attribute where we can get this attribute in the JSP. Did you remember this? And in the JSP, if you want to use this, we need to use an implicit object. What is that? Application dot get attribute, and here like question mark means whatever the data which you have given here, the name you are given here, we need to access that. Now, did you remember this, guys? Do me a small favor, open your laptops. Come on, come on. Let's open your laptops and try to create a dynamic web project for me. Open. Make sure to check that module version. It should be 4.0. Create a dynamic web project. Try to give the name as app 9. App 9. I think app 9 is already taken. 9 is online electronic store, right? 9th project. Okay. Let's go with app 10. App 10 and scroll context 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 config underscore config, so that easily we'll be able to recognize. App 10 underscore context underscore config. Make sure to change your dynamic web module version to 4.0. Give a click on next. After giving a click on next, you know that we should be giving a click on one more next, and generate web.xml. Make sure generate web.xml deployment descriptor and finish. So app 10 came, servlet context underscore config. It came. Okay, now do me a small favor. I want you to create a index.html page. index.html, give a click on next, finish. And okay, here CNTR center, and I'll go with the H1. Okay, and FORM form action. Let me just try to go like DIS and method post, POST post, method post. Let me just try to close my form, and nope, inside this I'll try to go with the just I'm going with username. I'm not going for more. User name, just a simple username. Input type. I believe you're understanding my code. I'm actually not explaining. I'm just trying to write my code. Input type. Okay. Let me go with text here. TEXT text, and name. Just I'll go with the name, and just like that. Okay. And okay, input type submit. Input type equal to SUB MIT submit. Value submit SUB MIT submit. I'm just trying to go like submit. That's it, not more than that. So basically, I'm just trying to create a normal form, just a simple form, which will be having a username and submit button, not even for password, not even for password. Now do me a small favor, could you please tell me if I gave a click on submit, if I gave a click on submit, could you please tell me my action will be redirected to display servlet, right? Let us just try to create the display servlet also. Okay, go to new package and PSEK pack one. Inside that package, I am creating new class DISPLE display SERVLET display servlet. Give a click on finish. Okay, display servlet. Give a click on finish. And after that, EXTNDS extensor HTTP. Oh, sorry. First, we need to go with the rar file. Yeah, we need to add the rar file, servlet.api in the build path. Okay, go to build path, configure build path, add external jars, select servlet API, Stormcat. Okay, servlet API, give a click on finish, apply, apply and close. Okay, now extends HTTP servlet, extends HTTP servlet, PROTECTD protected void. Okay, protected void do post actually. Do post TCTAD protected void do post, and here THROWS throws servlet exception comma IO exception, and here we'll be going with the HTTP servlet request comma HTTP servlet response comma, we already know this, and res. Okay, now we have created, and here what I want to know, I want to use annotation also. Let me just try to call it @web servlet, and here I'll go with annotation DIS. Up to here, can you please try to do it? I want to use servlet context. Okay, so how to get the context here? Request dot get servlet context, exactly the same. Request dot get servlet context equal to context context belongs to servlet context. Okay, now I want to set an attribute here. I want to set an attribute. So, you know, if you want to set an attribute directly, we can use context dot set attribute. Did you remember that? We already used this. We already used this. So here, context dot set attribute. Let me just go with the same message. I'll be going with Java is Java. Just a second. Okay, Java is AWSOME. Java is awesome. I'm just going like this. And I will forward this to display.jsp. You're actually getting the concept here, right? Hey, you need respond here. Ah, okay, request dot get request dispatcher. I'll go with DISPL display dot JSP dot forward request response. So now I'll be creating my display dot JSP. Sure. Right click, go to new. Let me go with file display.jsp. Give a click on next and finish. Okay. Now here also I just want to go like CEN. Okay, just CNT at center, and here I'll go with the H1. Okay, let me just try to go with scriptlet tag. All right. Now actually here I am forwarding the request. I'm directly forwarding this request. Eyes on me, guys. Nana, please listen. Just once. Just once. Listen. From index.html, we are getting this form action to the display servlet. Whenever we are from here, it is coming to request from display servlet. We are having a request object. In that request object, we will be having this data. Yes or no? I mean, request dot get parameter. Yes or no here? But what I'm doing, I'm not using that request dot get parameter in my servlet. I'm actually forwarding it to display.jsp. Now here in display.jsp, I can use that request dot request dot get parameter. Here, what is the name I need to give? U name. This U name, listen, first listen. This uname is the name which I have given in the index.html. Are you getting the point here? This, whatever the data which I'm giving here, it will be coming to servlet. From here, it will be coming to JSP. Okay, just equal to, let me go like string name, just like this. And I'll be trying to get the data from this context object. Okay, context. Context. How to get the data? Did you remember that? Application dot get attribute. What is the name I have given here, guys? Message. Let me go like message one. Okay. I'll go with message one, and here, okay, equal to message one belongs to string, and here I'll make it as a string string. First, listen. I know coding is addictive. First, listen to me once. Okay. All right. And after that, I just want to display. I just want to display. Okay. Out. O-U-T. Out. Dot. Guys, did you observe whenever I am trying to write the code right now, you are very eager to continue with me. Yes or no? That is because you practiced. In core Java, the scenario is not like that. When I'm explaining, no, Gani. Like that. I think this is the first time I spoke in my Telugu language, right? In entire core and advanced Java, this is the first time. Anyways, second time? Second time. Oh, maybe. Okay. So the thing is very simple here. How much you are practicing, that much you will involve in the code. Okay. All right. Now here out.println out.println. Now here what I want to know, WLCOME, welcome Mr. As me, I'm going with Mr. Plus name plus, let me just try to go like BR and BR. Okay. welcome, my name should be displayed. Means whatever the name which you are giving in the username. Yes or no, yeah? Are you understanding the concept? Okay. All right. Now what I want to do, I just want to display the message. Okay. System dot out dot, oh, sorry, out dot println. Let me go with like out dot println. I want to display the data which we got from the servlet uh, context. Okay. So here context, I'll do one thing. Servlet context or else context data. Let me just simply try to context data. Okay. Plus here I'll go with message one. Okay. Message one. All right. Now, for example, let me just try to use, oh, sorry. Here I'll go with the applicate application dot get server info. Yeah, we'll see that. We'll see that. server server data. I just want to see what happens. Okay, let's try to analyze up to here what will be our output. Here, what is missing? Semicolon. Okay, let me save everything. Okay, right click, run as, run on server. Okay, I'm removing everything. I'm just keeping this one only. Cancel. Back. Okay. Wait. BR. BR. Okay. Refresh. All right. Now I'm just trying to give my name, Kishan. Submit. Welcome, Mr. Kishan. Context data. This is the data which is we are actually trying to set as an attribute from the servlet context. And I told you context will be having the data related to the server. Yes or no? So that's exactly what is happening here. We are using which version? Apache Tomcat 9 version. Like that, we'll be able to get the data. Am I clear with that? Respond. You know what? Actually, we will be able to pass, we will be able to listen to me very clearly. We will be able to pass attribute directly from the web.xml page. Sir, I did not understand. No, yeah. What I'm saying is from the form action, we are trying to send this uname. Yes or no? From the form action, we are sending this uname and that name is coming to the servlet. And in that, we'll be able to do whatever we want. But what I'm trying to say here is not only from a form, not only from a form, directly from web.xml, we can use a tag context param. We can use this tag context param, and by using this tag, we can send the data to the servlet, just like username, password, values. We can send the values. Guys, are you getting the point here? So yeah, that is also possible, and we can access that in the JSP by using application.get init parameters. This is little bit okay. We'll do one thing. For example, let me do one thing. I'm going to copy this. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me open my web.xml. Where is my web.xml? Here. Okay. All these are not required. Yes. Only one is required. What is that? You need to respond here. index.html. Okay, I'm removing everything. Online students, are you following? Online students, I want you to kindly please respond to me in the chat for me. Please respond to me in the chat for me. Are you following, guys? Okay, all right. Respond. Only few people are responding, 3 to 4 people. What about others? Okay. Now, here I'm using a tag, and that tag is context param. What is the tag name? Context param. There you will be having 2 tags. Param name, param means parameter. Para, parameter name and parameter value. Okay, tell me one thing. Which tag we are using? Context param. Inside the context param, we'll be having 2 tags. What are those? Param name. Param name means parameter name. Second one is parameter value. Parameter name means here you can consider this as that name and this as a param value. Are you getting the point there? Okay, now again, coming back here, where is my web.xml? Here in web.xml, I'm just trying to write like this. Okay, now web app is already there. So no need to write with the web app. It's already there now. Web app tag is already there. Context param. Okay, param name, I'm going with message to, and here I'm using the value Java. Okay, Java, here what I used, Java is awesome. Okay, now I'll go in with Java is amazing. Java is amazing. Like that, we can write any number of param values. From context, how many you want to send, you can go with that. Not at all a problem. Are you getting the point here? See, the concept is very simple here. Without using HTML form, can you send the data to the servlet? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. How? By using context param tag, where you need to give that inside the web.xml. Simple as this. And this data we can actually, okay, we can actually send this data to the servlet, and from there we can directly access that in the attribute by using JSP. Yes or no here? See context param, we can access this attribute in JSP by using application dot. Okay, where is our JSP here? Okay. Now here, please tell me. Let's go with the APPLIC81 application dot get attribute here. Oh no, sorry, not get attribute. What is that? Get int parameter. What is the name I have given? Message to, I guess. Is it message to? Message to, and here I'll go with the string, and here I want to go with the equal to message to belongs to string. Okay, string. Now here I just want to write like this, copy, paste. Now this is which data? Context param data. Yes or no? context, context param. Let me just try to write like this. Okay, context param. Oh, sorry. We cannot go like this. Context param data. I'm just going to write like this. And now here I'm just trying to print message to. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me execute. Right click, run on server. Okay, username Kishan, submit. This we got it from the, how, from where we got this context data? From the servlet by using set attribute. Yes or no? How we are getting this context data? From where we are getting this data? From web.xml. Okay, I'll do one thing. Java, where is it? From here, right? Context data. From where we got this context data? Servlet from servlet. Okay, from servlet, from where we got this data from web.xml. Let's see, from web.xml. Let's execute. Right click, run on server, and here I'll go with Kishan. Let me go with submit. Okay, this data we required from servlet. This data we acquired from web.xml. Am I clear with that? Online students, I want you to kindly please respond in the chat for me, guys. Online students, please respond to me in the chat. Am I clear with this? That is amazing. That is very good. Okay, guys, please message me in the chat. Reactions, okay, but if you're messaging me in the chat, I would be happy for that. All right. Okay, now up to now, kindly please work with this code. From where you have completed, did you completed display servlet? No? Carry on. Start with display servlet. Go ahead. No worries. Did you complete index.html? So now you're going with display servlet. Carry on. Go ahead. No worries. Actually, this you already know. You already know this concept. I mean, this one, line number 18. Are you writing this display servlet.java? Completed? Okay. Then please go with web.xml. Yes, yes. Kindly please go with web.xml. Sir, web.xml, where it is present? WebInf. Web app, WebInf. Take time, write clearly. I copy pasted. I want you to write it clearly. Of course, I'll be giving you the notes. Context, param name, param value. Completed? No? Carry on, carry on. Please don't close the web.xml. We need to use for config also. Okay, guys, listen to me once. Listen. From web.xml, listen. Complete. Okay. From web.xml, if we want to send the data to servlet context object. Right now, we are trying to get the difference between servlet context, servlet config, servlet context object, and servlet config object. From web.xml, if you want to send the data to servlet context, we need to use param. What is that param? Context param. If we want to send the data to config object also, we can do that. That is by using init param, initialization parameter, init param. But that is actually the sub tag of servlet. In web.xml, you need to use servlet tag, servlet mapping, servlet URL. I'll show you. Right now, I'll show you. Currently, we are discussing about servlet context or servlet config. Tell me, servlet. This is all only for servlet context. After this, I'll go with servlet config. Okay. Now, please carry on. Go ahead, please. Not done. You're speaking about JSP. Just try to write how many you remember. Just try to write. Both are on the board. This is web.xml. This is display.jsp. Feel free to refer. Make sure to write them clearly, please. And check with that out.println also. Check with that out.println, the tags. If completed, kindly please message me in the chat. Okay, Surendra. I believe web.xml is complete for everyone. Okay, currently I guess you are going with display.jsp. 1 minute. And done. I believe it's completed. How many of you are writing this display.jsp? Raise your hands. 1 minute. Is it sufficient? Hey, tell me, yaar. If you say sufficient, I'll wait. Otherwise, I'll go to the code. Is it sufficient? Okay, 1 minute starting from now. One last minute. One last minute. Okay, Aishwarya, you're saying that we are storing message 1 and message 2. Okay, message 1 and message 2 in servlet context. Okay, then why do we have to use different methods? Aishwarya, kindly please do remember message 1 is from servlet. From the servlet, we are getting this attribute. Okay, let me make it simple. From one servlet, you can set any number of attributes. Okay, don't think like this is only the attribute. No, for one servlet, we can set any number of attributes. So, which attribute data belongs to which object? That is the reason we need to use this different methods. Like 2 times we need to call that. Is that okay? Good, good. Okay. Now, I believe it's complete, guys. Now, let's try to have an idea about config. You know what? When you want to get the servlet context, guys, please listen. Listen. Listen, please. When we want to get the servlet context object, directly we can use get servlet context. No problem. It is actually present in HTTP servlet. Okay. If you want to use servlet config object, okay, servlet config object. I'm speaking about this one. Servlet context contains server information. Servlet config contains servlet information. For each servlet, the config object will differ. For user registration config. For login servlet config. Are you getting the point here? I respond here. So the thing is, you cannot simply use req dot get servlet config. There is no method. Do you see that? There is no method. Basically, that get servlet config method is present in generic servlet. Generic servlet. Yeah, we came across this generic servlet. Did you remember? I told you we can create a servlet in 3 ways. First one, servlet. Second one, generic servlet. Third one, HTTP servlet. In servlet, we will be having all abstract methods. It is very hard to override. That is not recommended, I told you. In generic servlet, we are directly having a service method. Did you remember that? But that is not that much of secure, I told you. In that generic servlet, we are having get servlet config method. As generic servlet is a parent for HTTP servlet, can we use super dot get servlet config? And listen to me very clearly. If parent class and child class both are having exactly the same method name, you can directly access with the help of this keyword. You already know that, core Java. Okay. Now, what is the return type for this servlet config, guys? What is the return type? Config. Fig config belongs to servlet config. Am I clear with that? That's it. Now, with the help of this servlet config, we can actually set the attribute. Please observe here. I'm trying to, did I deleted any data here? Did I delete any data? No, right? Okay. Now, please check this. I'll be trying to use request dot set attribute. Here, I'll go with, let me go like message 3 is already taken. Message 4, no, I don't go with message 4. I'll go with the CRVLET servlet name. Okay, servlet name. Here config dot get servlet name. I'm trying to set an attribute servlet name, and inside this attribute I'll be able to get the name of my servlet by using which object? Config object. And here in the display, can you tell me the code, guys? This is the servlet. I trust you can do this. Please help me with the code. I want to print this data. Tell me the code. Tell me. REQUST request dot get attribute get attribute. Here, what is the attribute I have used? Servlet. Guys, are you following me? Servlet name, and actually this is equal to string. Let me just try to go like s name, just like this, and I'll go with the string. Now here I want to display my servlet name. Okay, I'm just trying to go with the servlet name, just servlet, servlet name, name servlet name. Here I should be going with the s_name, and from where I am getting this? From servlet servlet config. I believe you're understanding the point here, guys. Respond. Let's execute. Let's execute. Let me come back here. Right click, run as, run on server. Uname, Kishan, submit. Am I able to get my servlet name? This is how we'll be able to get the data from servlet config. But you know what? We can actually, I already told you, from web.xml, we are able to send the data to, from web.xml. Hey, come on, get back. Where are your minds? Previously from web.xml, from where we send the data? Boys, girls, today what is our concept? Tell me. Today what is our concept? Servlet context, servlet config. First from web.xml to where we send the data? Servlet context. Yes or no? Now where we should send the data? Servlet config. In order to send the data to servlet config, we need to write little bit code like this in the web.xml. Please observe. Servlet, eyes on me, please observe. From here to here, one tag. What is the tag name? Tell me. Servlet. Previously, what we are having context param. But right now, we need to write multiple tags. Servlet, and here to here, one more tag. Okay. Inside this servlet, we are having servlet name, servlet class. Okay, no problem. What is the name of our servlet? Our servlet is present in which package? What is the package name? Pack1 dot display servlet. Complete name. We need to add the complete name. Param name. Come on. Message 4 or message 5? Message 4. Let's go with message 4. Param value. Any value. Any value. Guys, are you getting the point there? Now, this init parameters, initialization parameters are bounded with a servlet, and that servlet name we need to map. What is the servlet name? Display servlet. For which URL? DIS. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is the code. Okay, let me just try to copy this, and here, where is our web.xml? This is our web.xml. Now inside this web.xml, I'm writing like this. Okay, now what is the name of our servlet? Hey, tell me here, what is the name of our servlet? Display servlet. Okay, display servlet. Display servlet is present in which class? In which class? Pack1. Okay, so let me just try to go like pack1 dot. I mean, we need to just give the fully qualified name, including the package name. After that name, I'll go with message 4. Param name, message 4. Param value, TOD, or else we'll do one thing. CYNTEXT context versus CYNFIG config session SCSS7. Just some data like this. Is it okay? Just like this. Okay. Now name. Yeah. What is the name of the servlet? Here we have given display name. What is the URL? DIS. Just like that. Enough. Done. Now this is the, just a second, where it is. Okay, this is our servlet config. From web.xml, we are sending that init parameter values to the JSP. But we need to set that in the attribute. Setting attribute. From which parameter? Request dot set attribute. Request dot set attribute. Where we need to use this request dot set attribute? In the servlet. Okay. Request dot set attribute. I'll go with the message 4, and here config dot get init, and here, what is the name we have given here, guys? Message for. This is the name we need to give here. Message for. Now, this attribute, we should be able to get that in the, tell me, JSP. Okay, let's come to JSP. Here I'm just trying, here I'm just trying to use, let me go like string. I'll do one thing, just, okay, string. This is message 4, message 4, message 3 is not taken. Okay, I'll go with message 3, no problem. This is message 3, here also message 3, here also message 3, so that we'll not be getting confused. Okay, and here also message 3. Thank you. Now here message 3, what is the name here? Here also message 3 only. Yes. And after that, I'm just trying to print the data. This is which data here, guys? This is init, init, init param data. From where we are getting this? From servlet config. Now I want to print that message. Are you getting the point here? Now let's see what happens. Right click, run as, run on server. Let's hope everything is correct. Oh, this is a main thing. One more important point. Guys, listen. Listen. Whenever we are using init param, means whenever we are trying to send the data from the web.xml to the servlet, in the servlet, please make sure to keep this web servlet in comment. You don't need it. You don't need it. Actually, from the web.xml, we are giving in the URL pattern. 2 URL patterns should not be there. If 2 URL patterns are there, server will get confused. Come on, which server it should, which URL it should map. That is the reason Tomcat will not open. Am I clear with that? Either this or that. If you are using @web servlet, you should not be using this servlet mapping. I believe it's clear, guys. If you are using this servlet mapping, no need to use that @web.servlet. Okay, let's just execute right now. Right click, run as, run on server. Okay, save please. Now let's see what happens. Okay, give me a minute. I'm just keeping this in servlet. Okay, one more time. No. Okay. Now let me just try to Kishan submit. Am I able to get the data from my servlet config? This is how we should be sending the data from web.xml. All right. Kindly please have this in your notes now. I believe, is display servlet completed? Again, we need to add some more data right now. Go ahead. No problem. Go ahead. Please. Okay, we'll do one thing, guys. Guys, listen. First, start with the web.xml, please. First, start with web.xml. Please check everything you have written correctly or not. Do you want to take a pic? Take a pic. Take a pic. No issues. Take a pic. Take a pic. Feel free to take a pic. What? Not coming? Now? Not coming? Zoom it here. Your phones are a lot of zoom is there. Na? You want me to maximize it? Shall I maximize? Hey, respond. Okay. Now carry on. Now okay? Okay, please. Two parts you can take it. Now I'll go with this is the second part. Please go ahead. Got it? This is the web.xml. After that, after web.xml, you should be going with the display servlet, please. Display servlet is actually very easy. Display servlet, done. After display servlet, we should be going with the display.jsp. Okay. Now, guys, point to be noted. Nana, listen, Ra. Listen, listen, listen. Make sure to keep this in comment. Otherwise, your server will not start. These are the note points. Okay. Now, kindly please do remember eyes on the board, eyes on the board, eyes on the board, please. So, regarding servlet context, we will be using, of course, request.get servlet context method. And yes, this is the syntax. Look at the syntax for me. Just look at the example. Easily you'll be able to understand. Servlet context is shared across the entire web application. I told you, right? Servlet config for every servlet, the config object will change. Yes or no? Guys, servlet context object is same. It is present in your server. It consists of server side information. Okay. Now, when you're speaking about servlet config, okay, we'll be using this dot get servlet config. Basically, where is this get servlet config method is present? Generic servlet. Okay. All right. And after that, yes, init parameters. We need to use init parameter tags, and init parameter is a child tag for servlet tag. And after that, oh, just a minute. Please observe here. Please read the second point. Read it aloud. It provides a configuration information specific to a for every servlet. That servlet config will change. And okay, this is a syntax which we need to write it in the web.xml. I already shown you. And this is how, I mean, this is what is the syntax. And this is an example how we need to use this. Please read one more time the last point. Servlet config is unique to each servlet, means each servlet has its own servlet config object. Am I clear with that? Dot. So now let me try to get back this. Answer my questions, guys, please. Just a second. Okay. Do we know servlet context? Servlet context object. Yes or no? Do we know HTTP session? Do we know servlet program? Come on. Print writer class, cookie, servlet config, servlet request, servlet response, bean class, DAO, JCF, dot. By this, we done with our servlet programming. Small concepts are there, filters and listeners. Very easy, not at all a problem. We'll be trying to cover. Am I clear with that? So fortunately, tomorrow is Sunday. Please complete the task which I have given. If you do the task, then only you will understand servlet programming. Okay, so please make sure to do it. It may take time, but once you completed, that feeling is something different. You will face problems, solve them, solve them. All right. Dot. That's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. I'll be uploading this entire notes in the Google Classroom. No need to worry. All right. Dot. Online students, I believe you enjoyed our today's sessions, guys. Online students, kindly please respond to me in the chat for me, if possible. If possible, please respond to me in the chat. Come on, come on, come on. That is amazing, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your response. Then we'll be trying to continue our sessions again by Monday. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you. Complete writing the code. Complete writing. Then why you close the laptop? Class is completed, but if you close it, I know it. What happens? Ali? Okay. Feel free, you can leave. Feel free, you can leave. No problem. But try to work with the code here.